He's got vegetables in it.
Okay, so in my defense this time, Abacus, I did make notes, so let's do this.
Oh, we got notes this time.
2, 1.
Those loadouts think that if they have these badass guns and these badass loadouts, that they're automatically badass.
Yes,
They think it. They believe it. They feel it.
Oh,
doesn't that...
You just opened the door wide open to the next topic.
Good transition, by the way.
Yeah, great transition.
I didn't know
Kit versus skill.
How do we do?
Boom.
We're a little ahead of schedule. Okay, you want to do kit versus skill?
The pilot's always longer. Kit versus skill. Yes, you
Actually,
immediately
I'm gonna
don
take this off.
AR-01 or AR-2, and you are invincible bullets or little plastic projectiles.
I have a plate carrier. I have a battle belt. I have a helmet. I have taco pouches. Nobody should be able to kill me.
No. The helmet is so Josh doesn't kill himself. There's actually, evidence of this.
Yes. Suburbans and no helmets will kill you.
It's a bad idea, right?
I guarantee
So, kit versus skill, right? I think there's a lot to be said for good skill.
I agree.
But it depends on what your job is on the field. I'm going to use job instead of role.
Fine.
No.
So
Compromise.
Your job on the field is, for many, many people,
Actually, he outranks me.
for many, many people, it's a rifleman. Okay? What's the most important kit for a rifleman?
A rifle.
No, a brain.
I thought it was 30 mags.
Brain pan. If you don't have a good brain pan, you can't make a good enough decision to where to point the rifle to pull the trigger.
You mean the same
Well,
way?
It takes very little effort or skill just to shoot everything.
Okay, it takes
That's
me a little...
why everybody...
But the goal isn't to shoot everything, it's to be an effective rifleman.
There's two different things. Because one of you was talking about Airsoft and one of you was talking about Milsim. It takes very...
Identify a target and correctly make the shot. It doesn't even matter if it's Milsim or Airsoft.
It does, actually. It does take very little brain power to pull the trigger.
That's why so many people are good at Call of Duty.
Yeah. It does take brain power.
Yeah, you got those little red or green tags above everybody. It's all done
I can
for
hit
you.
the A button faster than you can.
Right.
Wow. Airsoft is the same thing. You want to.
I've never actually played.
If you don't believe that, come to my airsoft field, put on a ref vest, and walk through a field and see how many times you get shot. Because all they do is shoot. That's
Oh no,
all
Silhouette, moving target, color, person.
I'm a local game host. I've done it.
Yeah, exactly. See, so you know how it is. People just shoot
But
that shit.
for what
out
you're
of it.
saying is, so that's to be an airsofter. To be a rifleman is something different.
Actually, I'm not sure. For the purpose of my example, I don't think it is. So, to have a brain, to use the weapon, whatever weapon platform you got, so let's say AEG rifle. Oh, there's a target. What did I do before I even raised the gun? I identified a target. Now I'm going to engage. It doesn't matter if it's a weekly game and we're playing capture the flag. It doesn't matter if it's a Milsim game and it's a complex objective. If your job is rifleman, you say, is that a target? Yes. Tunk.
In that arena, now, when he talks about the DMZ or a CQB environment,
It's a much faster
reaction time.
Yes. Your head's all spooled up, right?
Yeah.
But here's the difference between the airsoft guy and the rifleman guy. The rifleman guy goes, I identify a target, I come guns up. Is it a target? Yes or no? Do I fire? Yes or no? The airsofter mentality is, I see a target, I shoot.
Absolutely.
The identifying the target
Regardless of whether or not it's in range.
Yeah. Range
Or in cover.
Range, cover, or even a friendly or not.
Right, so I'm predetermining target means something that's reasonable to shoot.
I don't think airsofters care.
Meaning that's...
So you're talking reasonable of like...
Not my teammate.
Yeah, airsofters.
Anything I point at, I automatically dies. Go your hits!
But see, so the distinction between skill and kit, if you don't have the kit, in this case the weapons platform, to actually reach your intended
I said
target.
rifle and you shut me down.
But see, I don't even agree with that because I've seen numerous, I mean, everyone's seen it. Everybody in the whole airsoft world has seen guys get into the arms race. The top level guys, I gotta have this gun, this bucking, this. Everyone at this table is guilty of it. You say you're not.
Nope, I'm not.
Yeah,
he's
you play
really
with
not.
the Stin, so yes, I agree. So,
But it will be true if you
but
play
you're
with a
not-
Thompson.
You're not the typical. You're not the typical.
Shut your filthy whore mouth.
You're not the typical bench.
You're right, I'm not.
Almost everybody has the same thing. They think if they get this, they'll have that little edge above everybody. So they're running for that edge.
That's my business model. So
Yeah.
So there is some importance.
This even goes down. I mean, even I'm guilty of it. I got special IR flags because nobody else had them. That way I could get my guys them and I could identify them, not shoot everybody else. It's like little IR flags when they came out. Everybody and their uncle bought one. They went to the surplus store and cleaned them out. You know, oh, that's what the special forces have.
it's going to be an advantage. All my buddies are going to see me. It's like,
this Navy SEAL
the Op4 can't.
The Navy SEAL digital stuff, the AR-1s, whatever they're wearing. You know, how many little kids wear that now? It's the worst camouflage in the world.
So there's something to be said for range and accuracy in your primary. That's a kit thing.
Right.
Absolutely.
Is it the end all be all? No, it's not, because if you work at placement on the field to line up a shot you know you can make, it's not about range, it's about knowing you can make it.
No, I agree with that, but we're talking base level people that think their gear makes them a better player.
Absolutely.
And a better player
Just like
makes a
the
better
guys
player.
that are
doesn't
doing
always
street
apply to
racing.
baseline players.
Everybody in the street racing world
actually-
wants nitrous oxide.
First actually hit
All right.
a really good thing right there under everyone's radar. It's not just the baseline players.
It's not.
It's not, absolutely not.
I mean, you have
I think
this-
it's worse the higher you go.
Yeah, because you
Well,
have
a lot of them are.
that extremely
Gear
squared away
is-
player that the moment something like a buckle could break or you know my gun burps,
No,
it's
no.
like I'm done.
No, it's even worse.
My equipment's failing me. I can't do this.
It's even worse than that. Oh, that new
I'll be in my
high-speed buckle
trailer.
came out. That new high-speed buckle came out. I must have it.
gotta
Why
have
do I
it.
not have these high-speed buckles? And people really think they do. I mean, I have some really good gear, and so I'm guilty of it myself.
Now, just having good kit does not necessarily mean that you're making up for a lack of skill.
Absolutely
You
not.
use your kit
I just don't like my shit breaks.
to leverage against the skill that you've got.
I always count on my stuff breaking.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I count on your stuff.
But most people say that. Most people say that, but they don't.
But they don't actually
They don't
mean
mean
it.
it.
I
They
know,
don't mean it.
I know.
They want to have the cool new stuff.
And for me, that's kind of one of the differences between the Milsim player and the Airsoft player. The Milsim player is using it gets good kit because their skill, because they're at the point where a mediocre kit is holding them back
Yeah,
from
and
their
then
skill.
In some cases that's true, and in a whole bunch of cases that's mentally
You're
they
absolutely
think
right.
it's holding them back.
You're absolutely right.
And that's not the limitation.
And then there's the players that want to. Then there's the players. I've done this. Advocates, I've definitely seen do this. They want to play with substandard equipment on purpose to challenge themselves. A lot of people do that, but that's not the norm. The norm is these guys want whatever they can get that's the best, the newest, hottest thing.
I mean, and the fight begins before you get on the field.
Oh, absolutely.
When you have 7 guys that walk out and they're all wearing, helmets and plate carriers and sexy cam and nods and super, first fire custom guns and stuff, and everyone else sees them, they just go, oh.
I'm so screwed.
I'm so screwed.
But there's some training that goes along with that. Because if you see a whole bunch of guys that walk out and they got all the fancy kit and they're kind of going,
Yeah, and then there are a lot of
or
people
you
that get
see
really
the 6
intimidated.
guys that come off out of the building and they're squared away and they've got that steely-eyed operator look and they're evaluating their surroundings and looking at each other, nod, and then they move.
You want to know
And
what
they
the
move
bane of
together.
their existence is? The 3-foot Mighty Mouse Milsimmer with a knife.
Fat 12-year-old Twinkie
Ice cream
that's got
sandwich?
a bunch of guys he's telling what
With
to
a
do.
Nerf axe, and then just
Still with it.
ankles them all.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I hate to see guys walk onto the field with Nerf swords. I
No.
really do. I hate it. Hate it. But you know what? Hitting somebody with a Nerf sword is pretty fun. But I hate seeing it.
We had one of our local games, we had kids that all got their practice knives out and they did like a little deathmatch sparring thing with knives. This was a terrible, horrible idea.
I've seen
it
it
was
many
so
times.
horrible, I went into it, kicked a whole bunch of 12-year-old ass until I convinced them that this is a terrible idea. Stop doing this. Like, okay, we're going to play Airsoft. If you want to stab people with knives, go play the LARP. See what I did there?
Right. But they don't understand the distinction and they're still playing themselves,
I know.
which is your deal,
12
right?
did not have +3 knives.
Cold Steel's +3.
Oh, it is. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's +3.
because
Actually,
because it's Cold Steel,
+2,
not a training
+3
device.
Against multicam.
What's that make a Milsim Labs folder?
I'll have to work on that.
Super concealable. Watch out, people.
Yeah.
So you just talked the vernacular so thoroughly, we know you're guilty.
I used to play stupid things. I've played LARPs before, and that's why I know what I'm
Goblin King.
I'm just saying,
Then
guilty.
There's also 2 types of these guys that have this special equipment. There's guys that have specialized equipment that are trying to make their equipment work better. And there's guys that have specialized equipment that are just trying to get the edge over everybody else. You know what I mean? It's like
There's one more. There's the special guys that have the special equipment that are going for the fashion show.
Camera, yeah.
And the accessories, like vehicles.
That's not an accessory.
Absolutely it is. Depends on which game you're going to.
On some people, it is an accessory.
No.
And actually, yes, even for us, it is an accessory. We don't need vehicles.
Mag mount. But what do I want out of a mag mount? I want it to hold a magazine.
Right. It doesn't need to hold a can of beer.
Right. Or a radio.